His tireless efforts in fostering collaboration and engagement make him a perfect representative as we gather here today, united by the spirit of the Indian diaspora. Please put your hands together for Sunjay Sudhir. Such a pleasure.
Your Highness, Sheikh Nahyan, UAE Minister of Tolerance, and perhaps the greatest friend of India and the Indian community in the UAE. Creme de la creme of the 32 million strong Indian diaspora in the world. Welcome to the UAE, welcome to Abu Dhabi. I think there's no better way to start this conference than the victory, cricket victory yesterday, the 100 by Virat Kohli. And also I believe the tour to BAP's Hindu Temple, Sheikh Zayed Museum, Mosque, and also the Louvre Museum yesterday. Before anything else, I must acknowledge your contribution to the growing role and image of India. You are not mere witnesses. Actually, you are the participants in this growing brand India. India counts on you. Today, India is perceived very differently as compared to 10 years ago. It's not just India's contribution to world economy as the fastest growing major economy in the world, but India's role, I guess, is much, much deeper. Today, India's voice is heard. India is a factor of peace and progress in the world. India is finding its place once again in the global order as a civilizational state. The concept of Bharat, our soft power, has gone beyond just Bollywood or cuisine, but it's much deeper now. It's our civilizational assets like yoga, Ayurveda, millets, mission life, as Prime Minister launched a few years back. Therefore, the world that's gaining currency is India is becoming, the word that's gaining currency is that India is becoming the Vishwa Guru. India has demonstrated an independent foreign policy in an increasingly polarized world, what we sometimes refer to as strategic autonomy. India has worked with equal ease with the West and the East, with the North and the South. It has transcended its foreign policy, actually on its own terms. Today, Russia is the largest source of crude for us, but we also have the best of relations with the US. India has also demonstrated its will to look after its people across the world, whether it is evacuating Indians from Ukraine, Wuhan, Yemen, or any other part of the world. Indians actually feel more secure and cared for. India has time and again demonstrated its role as first responder in our extended neighborhood, whether it is Maldives, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh. You are all aware of vaccine Maitri, which India is very proud of, and Vivek mentioned in his opening remarks. We provided vaccines to about 100 countries, in addition to looking after our own people. This was the time when actually countries of the West were stockpiling vaccines multiple times of their own populations. Former Foreign Secretary, Mr. Harsh Shringla, is here. He was one of the architects of vaccine Maitri. I think when you're here in Abu Dhabi, in the UAE, you're perhaps here at the right time, at the right place. I must congratulate Indiaspora to choose the UAE as its first venue for the global conference. And as His Highness Sheikh Nahyan rightly mentioned, that UAE is the place of opportunity. The UAE is certainly India's strongest strategic partner in the Middle East. Many of you have witnessed this from far and near. UAE has actually geared itself for the post-oil world, with today oil contributing less than 1/3 to its GDP. Today UAE is known more for AI, for innovation, a place where global leaders converge, a magnet for global businesses, and also global diaspora. It's known for its ethos of peace, tolerance, and harmony. The BAP's Hindu Mandir, which you saw yesterday, has actually attracted more than 2.2 million visitors in the first year since its inauguration. And I think that's a big achievement. I must also mention that Sheikh Nahyan has always been the guiding force behind the mandir, and when the mandir was inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, His Highness was the representative of the Government of India. The UAE is also perhaps the first country to have a Ministry of Tolerance, the first country to have a dedicated ministry for AI, and that too way back in 2017. Today the UAE plays a major role of contributing peace in the region with the Abraham Accords with Israel and other Arab partners. It's also, Abu Dhabi actually, also hosts the largest sovereign wealth funds in the world, and that's why it's called the capital of capital. And in the last year, 2024, Mubadala, one of the leading sovereign wealth funds here, actually contributed the largest FDI globally, about $29 billion plus. I think the second in that list was at $19 billion. So that is what UAE has been doing, what Abu Dhabi has been doing. The growth trajectories of the UAE and India are not only exponential, but they also converge. The UAE signed its first ever comprehensive economic partnership agreement with India in 2022. And this has pushed bilateral trade beyond $85 billion, making India the largest trading partner of the UAE and making UAE India's third largest trading partner. UAE is also among the top 5 sources of FDI for India. As we mentioned, the local currency trade settlement mechanism between two major partners was a big step forward at a time when currencies are often weaponized, switching systems are weaponized. I think major trading partners have to rely on the strengths of their own currencies. We are doing that. In the last 18 months, Prime Minister Modi has visited the UAE thrice. President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed has visited India twice, and just last September, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, His Highness Sheikh Khalid, visited India, marking actually generational continuity in our relationship. This emphasizes that our story is not about the past and the present, but is as much about the future. The UAE is also, as you know, home to more than 4 million Indians who call this country home. That's why, when we had to set up the first overseas campus of IIT, it was in Abu Dhabi, and the campus is doing very well, just completed about 1 year. When we think about hosting the first overseas campus of another premier institute of learning, the Indian Institute of Ahmedabad, it will be Dubai. Also the first overseas campus of the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. So the relationship is so strong and deep. Whenever we think about venturing overseas, UAE is the first thing which comes to our mind. It's an honor that all of you are here, and I really hope you have a fruitful first global conference. Thank you very much.